Hey, Autism Awareness Month, day 29. So I'm going to do a recap of what I covered so far. So if you missed something, you can go back, or you can just go back and see them all. And the most person who commented, the first one to comment it on all of the videos, I'll give you a prize, gift card, or one of my wife's cake pops, or cupcakes. She does sweet, so it's a good deal. Top three. How about top three? People who commented on all of them, I'll give you some reward. So real quick, the top so far, what I've done so far. First day was I talked about autism awareness in my daily posting. The second was World Autism Day. I provided stats. The third was I talked about Jonah. The fourth, I talked about Juan Manuel's late diagnosis. Fifth, I talked about what is autism. Day 6, I talked about siblings. Day 7, I talked about autism in public. Day 8, I talked about intervention, and the one we chose was ABA therapy. Day 9, I talked about day in a life. So I talked about the pepperoni and the piano. Day 10 was a tough. I talked about Victor Perez, the autistic Puerto Rican teen who got shot, unfortunately passed away. Day 11 talked about you got the news, getting the diagnosis for the first time. Day 12, I talked about things people say. Jonah was co-host there. Day 13, I interviewed Juan Manuel, my son. Day 14 was for the dads. Shout out to the fellas. Day 15, I talked about faith and autism. Day 16, the best. I talked to my wife, the MVP. Day 17, another tough one. I responded to RFK Jr.'s response about autism destroying family. Day 18, I talked to Naima, her significant other, Jacoby. Day 19, I talked about IEPs. Day 20, a good one, talked about tantrum versus meltdown. Day 21, I talked about what to say and what not to say. Day 22, a tough one, I talked about smearing. Day 23, I talked about autism, Illinois stats, and Medicaid. Day 24, I talked about early intervention. Day 25, I spoke to the other sibling, Jiraiya. Day 26, the other sibling, Lily. Day 27, I talked to my sibling, Bibi. Day 28, I talked to Tamika and Carmen. So today, 29, is just a recap, guys. I might do another video after today. I'll let you know. And also look through this whole 29 days, the stats changed. Now it's April 15th. The statistic is 1 in 31 kids will be diagnosed with autism. It was 1 in 36, so it continues to be prevalent. So with that said, thank you so much. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. Tomorrow will be a big day. I'm going to talk about something that my wife and I is a part of, because the older the kids get to adults, the less resources. So we're part of an organization that helps them when they're older. All right, talk to you guys then. Thank you.